welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to do makeup for beginners. This is a real natural look and everything that I use is going to be drugstore makeup because I feel like as a beginner you really don't want to spend a lot of money on high-end products because you're not going to know how to use them or you don't know how to use them. So all of the stuff that I use is drugstore and it's really affordable. You don't have to apply everything that I applied if you're not comfortable wearing that product, but I will be showing you how to apply makeup for beginners. So before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also give this video a thumbs up at the end if you liked it, and turn on that notification bell to get notified when I upload videos so you don't miss any videos that I upload. Also make sure you follow me on my social media, and as always it's going to be listed somewhere around here. So if you want to learn how to do your makeup, if you're a beginner, then please keep on watching. So starting with makeup, it can be very hard for some people because you don't know what to do or where to put stuff. So first of all, you want to make sure your skin is well moisturized, and you can use any moisturizer. And then you have to apply a primer in order to make your foundation look smooth. So I'm going to be using, this is actually a great primer right here. It's the Maybelline Baby Skin, and this is a pore eraser, so it's gonna really help around this area so your foundation won't sink into your pores. So you don't need a lot of this, you can just use like a tiny amount, just like this. And this has like a silicone kind of feeling, so you just want to apply it right here, mainly right here, and then whatever is left you can just apply it on the rest of your face. Also make sure your hands are clean before you apply anything to your face. So now you want to move on with foundation, and I'm going to be using the Milani Conceal+Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This has a foundation and concealer together, and this is in the shade Warm Beige. This has medium to full coverage, and it's lightweight, and it's an oil-free formula. And it's also long wear, waterproof, and it's sweat proof, so this is really good. I'm going to be applying this with my beauty blender. If you don't have a beauty blender, you don't have to apply it with a beauty blender. You can just pick up any foundation brush, or if you're comfortable you can even try with your fingers. So when you're first starting, you don't want to apply a lot because if you don't know how to blend it, it's going to look all streaky and patchy. So you want to start little by little. So if you're using a beauty blender, you can just pounce the beauty blender. And I like the beauty blender because I feel like it leaves it more natural, and it picks up all the extra product that you put on. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Usually I would do more foundation on my face. So since this is a natural makeup for beginners, I don't want to put a lot because when you're first beginning to put on makeup, you don't actually apply a lot of product to your face because you're not used to it. So you have to start little by little. So next you want to go in with a concealer if you want to. If you feel that you have a lot of hollow areas around here or dark spots, you can go in with a concealer. But since this foundation already has a concealer, if you want to skip this step, you can go ahead and skip it. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin concealer, and this is in the shade Light. You want to make sure you apply your concealer in a V shape, which is something like this. This is really going to help brighten your eye. And since we're not doing highlight and contour because I think that's already too much for a beginner, I'm not going to be highlighting the rest of my face. So you just want to do the same thing. You just want to blend it and make sure you really blend it back and forth so you won't get any creases. And you can even use the concealer as a primer for your eyes. So just make sure you blend it real good. Once you're going around this area, turn it around and just blend it with your foundation. So now after you apply your concealer, you want to set it right away with a powder. And you don't want to use your face powder that you use all over your face. You want to use a lighter shade or like a banana shade. So I'm going to be using from this palette. This is the NYX palette. This is the highlight and contour palette. And I'm going to be using this banana shade right here. And I'm just applying this with a Morphe E48. If you don't have this brush, you can just use any other brush. e.l.f. has really good brushes as well, and they're really affordable. So you just want to set it and set your whole eye as well. You don't need that much. Just make sure the concealer is not tacky. You can even touch it to check if it's not tacky, because if you don't apply a powder on top of your concealer during the day, the concealer is going to start moving and it's going to crease, and you don't want that on your face. So after you had set your concealer, now I'm going to be moving on to my eyebrows. If you have tattooed eyebrows, you don't have to worry about this step. But if you don't have tattooed eyebrows and your eyebrows are real spare, they have a lot of spare spaces, you can use, this is a real good eyebrow pencil, and this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill, and this is in the shade Brunette. This has like a, I don't know if you guys can see it, it has like a triangular shape. So you want to start real light on your eyebrows. So what I like to do, I like to start from here and then just kind of trace the bottom line. And then the top. And I'm going real light-handed right here. And then for the rest of the eyebrow, you just want to make like little stroke motions, just like this. And just fill all the empty spaces. And then make sure you use the spoolie. If you don't know what a spoolie is this little brush at the end of the pencil. Not all pencils have it, but this one does. So you just want to run through your eyebrows to distribute the product evenly. So now that you have your eyebrows, I want to start with my eyeshadow. If you are not comfortable wearing eyeshadow, you don't have to wear eyeshadow. But the look that I'm going to show you, it's real simple. So I'm going to be using this e.l.f. palette right here. And these are the shades right here. This is called the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette, and this is in the Summer Breeze. So I'm going to just be using a real light color. You don't want to go straight into the dark colors, because if you don't know how to blend it, it's going to show and it's going to look real patchy. So I'm going to start with this shade right here, and I'm just going to apply this on my crease. And you just want to use a blending brush. You can use any kind of brush. This is one of my favorites that I like to use. Either something like this or something like this. Just something that is real fluffy. So you just want to apply this and tap all the excess, because some of the eyeshadows do have a lot of fallout. So just tap the excess and start real slowly on the crease. Once you have it all on your crease, you can go to the outer V and just make like circular motions just to cover this area right here. So that's it for the eyeshadow. You don't have to do a lot. So now I'm going to be curling my eyelashes, because we are going to be applying mascara next. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. It looks like, and this is how the wand looks. This is real good because this is going to give you lengthening and it's going to volumize your eyelashes. And this is actually a waterproof mascara. And you want to start from the root and just kind of like rotate the wand so you can get all the roots, so you can get all your lashes from the roots. And then you also want to apply this on your bottom lashes. So now we're going to be moving on with our face. Also, this is optional. If you don't want to wear bronzer, you don't have to wear bronzer. But since I feel like my skin is kind of like pale, I like to warm up my face. So I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. bronzer right here. And this is a real natural shade. So you just want to use a fluffy brush for this. I'm using the Morphe M527. It looks like this. If you don't have this, like I said, you can use another one. So you just want to go, this one, it doesn't matter how much you get because it's real natural, so it's not going to show a lot. So you just want to apply this on this area right here. You want to bring it to your jawline and to your temples. So now we're going to be moving on to blush. And if you're a beginner, you don't want to get a blush that is too dark or too red. You want to start with something light. So this is the Milani in the shade Luminoso. It's kind of like a peach shade, kind of. I'm just going to be using a angle brush, and it looks like this. And you can just get something like this. So you want to apply this on the apples of your cheek and then go backwards. And that is it. So now if you want to apply highlighter, you can go ahead and do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild highlighter, and this is in the shade Precious Petals. And it looks like this. And I'm just going to be using this fluffy brush right here. This is a Morphe M510. And you just want to apply it on this area of the cheeks, which is on the cheekbones. You can also apply it on the tip of your nose right here and on your cupid's bow and a little bit over here on the top. So now the last step is going to be lipstick, and I'm going to be using the Milani lipstick, and this is in the shade Nude Cream. Also, you want to start with something real light because if you're not used to dark colors, you're going to feel so uncomfortable during the day and you're going to want to take it off because it's too much. So I'm going to be using this nude color. And this smells so good. It smells like watermelon. So this is the final result. As you can see, it looks real natural. It looks like I barely have any makeup on because this is what you want to look as a beginner, because if you go right away with dark colors and trying to do a look that you're not used to, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you're going to want to take it off during the day. So this is the final result. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you want to see any kind of video, just leave me a comment on the section bar below so I can do that video for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.